Hi, good afternoon, everyone. This is Jenny Anderson with the Alliance for Audited Media. Thank you so much for attending our Media Intelligence Center Basics training sessions today for buyers and advertisers. So we're happy to have you join us, and thank you for your time. Today, I will be going over how to access Rapid Report and MM360 for magazines, and then also how to access BrandView PDF reports and the analyzer tools for all media types. So to start first, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. Okay, this is auditedmedia.com. This is our main page for our website. And this is where you're going to log into the Media Intelligence Center. So right here at the top, I click Login, go to Media Intelligence Center, and click on Sign In. So from here, this is the front page of the MIC. As you can see here, there are over 1,600 publications in the MIC. So you can access a ton of information for all of the titles that we audit. Publications are listed in alphabetical order, but these titles or headers here are clickable so that you can actually click on parent company and it'll alphabetize parent company. You can click on city, state, etc., and it will put those in alphabetical order. Here is the reset button. I'll use this a lot in my searches because it just resets the system. And so you can kind of start a new search. So when you start your session in the MIC, you want to choose which type of media that you'd like to review for your session. You can choose news media, magazine media, B2B, farm, and we used to have a few religious. We're now down to 0 with those, and then interactive. So today we're going to concentrate on newspapers, consumer magazines, B2B, and farm publications. So let's start with magazine media first. So what I'm going to do is put a check mark to the left of magazine media here. And then you can select your publications by using either the search by bar, which is up here, and you can type in your magazine titles, magazine A, comma, no space, magazine B, comma, no space, etc. Or you can use your filters on the left-hand side. So as a note, these magazines listed here are US and Canadian. If you wanted to choose a country, you could do that here. So here on the left-hand side, popular filters that you may find yourself using is the circulation filter. I can put a plus sign click that plus sign, and now you can pick and choose magazines that have particular circulations. So here is a list of those that have 100,000 circ or greater. So you're able to use that if you're looking for very specific lists for either the higher circ pubs or even the lower circ pubs. You can use that filter. You don't have to, but it is available to you. Another popular filter, I'll deselect these, is the parent company filter. So if you're looking for magazines that have a particular parent company, you want to click on the parent company filter, and we'll scroll through here and we'll choose Meredith and then apply and close. Now you've got a list of your Meredith titles here, and you'll see parent company and then your list of titles here. Another popular search for our buyer clients is using the SRDS classification search. So I'm going to put a check mark to the left of magazine media and go down to SRDS classification. Here you can see we've got magazine tab, farm, and business. So let's say you were interested in a particular genre of publication. You could go ahead and put a check mark to the left of what you're looking for, click apply and close, and now all of those publications that we audit with an SRDS classification of health are listed here. So if you're looking for publications with a particular genre, go ahead and use that filter because I think you'll find it helpful. I'm going to go ahead and click reset. Now I want to put a few publications in here just so you can see how we would do it. So here I'm going to type in entrepreneur, and we've got that title there. And then you put a comma, no space, and I'm going to type in allure. And then we've got allure. And then I'm going to do a comma, no space again, and type in a Canadian publication, Chatelaine. And there we go. So you see there, you can do a comma, no space with each title. And now I've got the list of publications that I wanted here. When you click on the blue name of a magazine, you're going to go to brand view. So if I click on entrepreneur, you're going to see our first default tab is the overview tab. So brand view is an interface that enables publishers to feature their brand messaging and images alongside AAM verified metrics. So you'll get more information about you get an overview, here's their media kit, you get to access circulation, etc. So brand view provides a bigger brand view for that publication. So what I want to show you today in particular is Rapid Report. So Rapid Report allows publishers to report key top-line circulation data on an issue-by-issue basis within weeks of the on-sale or distribution dates. So here you can see we've got February and March listed here. The most recent pub statement for our magazines is December ending 2020. The next pub statement to release is June 2021 ending. So we're providing for those that participate in Rapid Report, that's all consumer magazines with a circulation of more than 250,000 are required to file for each issue. So those that file are going to be filing by month for the months leading up to June. So you're kind of getting a sneak peek at what their monthly circulation is prior to that pub statement being available. Initial data submission is due no later than the end of the calendar month following the issue date. So for instance, January issue is due no later than the last day of February. So you'll see this information here. So you can access that in advance. I also wanted to show you the MM360 tab. This report provides buyers with timely access to circulation data. For those magazines that participate in the MM360 program, this data used to be compiled by the MPA, but is now compiled monthly by AAM. So you can see you can access information by hovering over each individual section. You'll see the sources listed down here as well. And then you can also scroll down, and then you could download these graphs, let's say into a JPEG, if you wanted to include them in a presentation. So then if you want to access PDF publisher statements and audit reports, I'm going to scroll up here, and we're going to go to the Reports Library tab. The Reports Library tab is where you're going to access your publisher statements, your audit reports, etc. You do this by clicking on a report date, and then your publication statement will show up. So once you do this, you have to just increase the size because they come out a little bit on the small side. So here you can see a pub statement, the most recent one available, which is December 2020 for Entrepreneur. Now you can download this, etc., right from here. Also, an important button I don't want to forget to tell you about is the Add Historical Reports button. You can see when you look at this, it goes back to 2017. If you click Add Historical Reports, you can go back historically all the way to 2010 statements. So this is important if you're wanting to access historical data. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of here, and we're going to go back into the main page. And here we're going to look at our B2B and our farm titles as well. So I'm going to go ahead and click reset, show you how to access this information. So I'm going to put a check mark to the left of B2B title. And for our example, we're just going to click on architectural record. Oh, before we do that, actually, let me mention the circulation filter, the parent company filter, and the SRDS classification filters are also available for our B2B titles. When you click on SRDS, you go to business, and now you've got your genres, just like we did with consumer mags. You choose your genre, and then you click apply and closed. And then here is our listing of B2B publications with a particular genre. I'm going to click reset and click on B2B. So when I click on a title, let's take architectural record. Brand view is also available for our B2B and our farm clients. So you're able to access this information here in the additional tabs. So you can access their circulation. They've got web, app information, social media information here. You can see their social media engagement with Twitter and Facebook, their app engagement, their web engagement. This is for their website, which you can access and download because this title participates in that, and they've chosen to feature these tabs. Let's also take a look at reports library, because here, just like with our consumer magazines, you can access publisher statements and audit reports for your B2B titles. The Add Historical Reports button also works for B2B titles. So you can access this information as soon as you'd like to. So let's go back into our front page. And let's also take a look at our farm pubs. I'm going to reset, click on our farm media. And here, same thing. When we click on a title in blue, you're going to see that you have access to brand view if the publication has brand view. And they've got circulation and web and newsletter tabs. So they participate in these particular cross-media ventures. And then also you can go into reports library, and you can access all of their reports and the add historical reports button. So now I'm going to go back into the main page, and now we're going to check out news media. So I'm going to go ahead and click reset and click on news media. Now, once again, we've got our US and Canadian publications in our news media. So if you want, you can pick one country. Let's say you want to look at Canadian pubs. I'm going to choose Canada, and then we can pull our Canadian pubs or click on a title or pull them into the analyzer, which I'll show you in a moment. I recommend reviewing each Canadian separately than US titles because they function a little bit differently. So here I'm selecting United States. Now, something new that we just added with our newspaper reporting initiative is the latest one-day distribution column. This provides the most recent zip code data available for each publication. Zip code data is still available quarterly, so that's March ending, June ending, September ending, and December ending. We now only release 2 news media statements that feature top-line data. These are released March ending and September ending. So here you're going to see the most recent zip code data available for our titles. So you can also, something I wanted to make you aware of is a quick tip is you can type a zip code in the actual search by bar, and you will see newspapers that report circulation within that zip code. So if I do 33446 and click enter, you can see here that these publications have circulation within this particular zip code. So that's kind of a quick tip right there. I'm going to go ahead and click reset again, choose my news media. So you can access newspaper titles just like we did with our magazine titles. You can type publications into the search by bar, or you can use filters. Once again, for our newspapers, just like for our magazines, you can actually filter by circulation and choose those with greater CIRC or 25 and under, 50 and under, etc. Parent company is also available here. If you're looking for a particular parent company for newspapers, you can select a parent company, and then it will pull in that parent company. We'll do post media and apply and close. And now you've got those titles listed that have that particular parent company. I'm going to go ahead and click reset and select news media. I'm going to just start typing in a couple of publications here just as an example. So let's do the Tennessean. And then we'll do a comma, no space, and Kansas City Star. All right, so now we have our publications that I've just typed in. The search by bar works the same as consumer magazines. Newspaper A, comma, no space, newspaper B, comma, no space, etc. You can access PDF reports for news media via the News Media Statements tab. Or the Reports Library tab by clicking on a pub name in blue. So I will click on Tennessean. And now you can see that this publication has brand view. It's also available for newspapers. So you always click on the name in blue of a newspaper to access this data. So here you'll see again, we've got the overview tab with the media kit. The Tennessean also participates in cross media. So they've got their cross media audience, digital app, social media, etc. So this is available for this title, and you can access this in brand view. Something additional that I think will be interesting to you is the distribution map tab. So when I click on the distribution map tab, you're going to see a visual of the particular, in this case, it's for the Tennessean. This provides you with a visual of their zip code data. Now, I happen to be hovering over Franklin, Tennessee, and you can see their Sunday zip code information is 1,952. So you'll see it is a heat map. So the darker the area, the higher the circulation. So this provides you with a visual. And also the data in this tab is updated with each quarterly zip data release. So you'll see here for the Tennessean, their most recent information is dated March of 2021, because they did provide zip code data during this time period. So this provides you with a visual for zip code data. In a few minutes, I'll show you how to download this zip code data into Excel via the News Media Analyzer. You can also access Reports Library tab, and you can access the News Media Statement tab. So you want to do that and click on Reports Library here. And here are your reports. Whoops, sorry about that. I went back to the wrong one. Let me scroll up here. Here is your Reports Library tab. And here is your information available. And let me hit Add Historical Reports. And again, you can go back 10 years. And then you can also go into your News Media Statement tab. This is where you're going to access your March and September news media statements. We also feature previous historical statements and quarterly data reports, which we used to provide. So you can access that information here. Let's go back to the Media Intelligence Center, and we'll take a look at our analyzer tools. So the analyzer tools allow you to download data into Excel. So we'll stick with newspapers, and we'll start to go into the News Media Analyzer. So let's go ahead and I'm going to click Reset. And we're going to pick on newspapers here, go into country, we'll pick US. And then we're going to scroll down and let's choose a parent company. And we'll scroll down and find, we'll choose for this example, Gannett, and you click Apply and Close. So now we've got our list of titles. So very important to remember from this training session, you have to select at least one title to get this Analyze Data button to pop up. When you don't have a title selected, you won't see that button. The Analyze Data button is the doorway to the Analyzer tool. So I'm going to actually put a check mark to the left of media property because I want all 348 publications. And then I'm going to click on Analyze Data. Then once you see your tabs here, the News Media Statement tab and Reports Library tab are available once you click Analyze Data. The tab you want to concentrate on is the News Media Analyzer tab. So I'll scroll down here. You can choose either News Media Statement data, which is the most recent, or audited data. We're going to leave the News Media Statement data automatically selected. Just so you know, beginning with September 2020 audits and going forward, we will not be databasing audited data. Audited data will only be available via PDF statements. So just know that if you're in here and looking for September 2020 or going forward, they won't be in the analyzer. So we've got our News Media Statement data selected. The three most popular reports our buyer clients use in the News Media Analyzer are the distribution by zip code, which is right here, distribution by zip code report, distribution by county, and print analysis report. So I'll go through each of these reports. We'll start with the distribution by zip code report because this is probably the most popular and the one I get asked about the most. If you have a client that wants to buy in a certain zip code, this is an ideal report for you to run. Now, there are three options to access this data. You can download a report directly into Excel. You don't get to pick the column headers, but they're kind of like the top line data. You can view the report prior to exporting, and it'll load here. Once it loads, you can go ahead and export it. Choose your preferred format. XLSX is the most recent, and click OK. And then you will have your data. Then there's a third option, and that is the modify option. So I go to the right and click on the plus sign to the right of zip code. And I like this option because you get to see the categories that are going to be included in your report, and you get to add additional if you want to. The categories that are grayed out are automatically included in your report. If you want to select all, and that means every single opportunity or option for category here is selected. So then I'm going to click on Submit. Now, it takes a few seconds because remember, we're having zip code data load for 300 plus newspapers. So from here, you just click Export, you choose your preferred format, and you click OK. And now your data will download directly into Excel. And now you've got your zip code data for the particular papers that you chose. I'm going to close out of here and then go over the distribution by counties report. Once again, I'm going to click on the plus sign under Modify to the right of distribution by counties. And what this is going to do is bring up our window where we get to pick and choose the categories that we want in our county report. So it does take a little bit of time because, again, we've got all of those titles that we're pulling in. So here you see that distribution by county, and you've got your grayed out categories that are automatically included. And you can pick and choose to add additional if you want, and say we wanted to add parent company. Now we have most everything else that we want here. We double check it and we click Submit. Every report works the same. You pick your categories, and then you can click on Submit, and then right from here, you can click Export. And once you click OK, your data is downloaded directly into Excel. So let me close out of here. And now we have the print analysis report. This report is where you'll access individually paid home delivery and individually paid single copy breakouts. This is important. Many people want to know that home delivery, which is subscriptions, or that single copy breakout, which is also referred to as newsstand. So I'm going to click on the plus sign to the right of print analysis. And now again, your grayed out categories are automatically included. Print analysis focuses on print. You can add a total digital column into this if you want. Otherwise, if you're just focused on print, you get the top line total paid, qualified, and verified info, But if you want to choose home delivery and mail, single copy, total individually paid, and business traveler, you can. Verified circulation, as a reminder, is now reported in qualified. So here we've got our information for our print analysis. Again, you just click on submit. And once we get our results, you go ahead and you export this. And then we click OK. And that downloads directly into Excel. Something I also want to show you in the News Media Analyzer is when you click on historical reporting period, the data will pull for each newspaper from the most recent statement available. But let's say you wanted to do year-over-year information. So we want to choose 3/31/2021 over Q1 2020, Q1 2019, Q1 2018. We can choose that information here and then go down and select our report just like we did before. You click modify, and then you choose your categories, and then you click submit. Now, all of that historical information is included in your report, and you can export it from here. So let's go ahead and close out of here. And I'm going to go back and reset our system. So let's take a look at magazine, B2B, and farm data and exporting that information from here. So remember, you can search for titles using the search by bar or your filters. We're going to first look at consumer magazines and go to the parent company filter and choose a parent company. So we're going to go ahead and click on magazine media, and then we're going to go down into parent company. And we're going to scroll down and we'll choose Meredith and apply and close. So now we've got our listing of Meredith titles. And once again, remember that Analyze Data button, you need to select at least one title to have this appear. Again, this is the way you're going to access the periodical analyzer, just like we did the News Media Analyzer. So here I'm going to actually select all by putting a check mark to the left of media property. Click on Analyze Data, and I'm going to go to the Periodical Analyzer. There are over 20 reports represented in here for our consumer magazines. The most popular reports for our buyer clients are the average paid, verified, and analyzed non-paid circulation report, which is the first report. The issue by issue report. The very first report provides averages for the period, whereas the issue by issue report provides actual information for each issue. And then probably the most popular report is the geographic analysis report, which is the circulation by state. So I'll start with the first publication. You go ahead and select this report, and you'll see only a couple categories are automatically included. So you can pick and choose here, or go ahead and select all. Then I'm going to click submit. And this works the same way as we downloaded data from the News Media Analyzer. You click on export, choose your preferred format, and click OK. And this will download into Excel. So this provides kind of your top line information and your averages. You're getting your paid information, your verified information, your rate base, and your analyzed non-paid. The next one is the issue by issue report. Now this one, again, you can choose your categories and then click submit. And then here you're going to see, instead of averages, here we've got for all recipes, the actual issue date and the actual circulation for that issue. You can export this easily from here as well. The geographic analysis report, we just scroll down here, click on geographic analysis. We're going to go ahead and click on select all and submit. Now this provides us with our circulation by state for each title we pulled into the analyzer. Again, you can click export here, choose your preferred format, and click OK. And that downloads directly into Excel. Also, we have an Add Historical Reports button. When you click on this, you won't technically see anything happen right away, But when you click on a title, now you can pick and choose the 6-month periods that you want to access. If you want to go back 3 years, you go ahead and choose your statement dates, choose your categories, and click on submit. And now you've got all that historical information in here that you wanted to access. So I'll close out of here. So you can also access, I'm going to click on reset. You can access the periodical analyzer for our B2B and farm titles. So if I select B2B right here, and then I can select a few titles and pull them into the analyzer. So remember, we want to select titles to see this Analyze Data button. We go into the periodical analyzer, and you see there are fewer reports to show here. The most popular being total average qualified paid, non-paid, and non-qualified cert detail, and geographic analysis. You access these the same. You just click on the title. You can pick and choose your categories or select all, and then click submit. This all works the same exact way. And now you can export your data directly into Excel. Same for the geographic analysis. Also, you can add historical reports for these titles as well, and then choose your report. And again, you must choose your 6-month statement period, choose your categories, and click on submit. And this data will then be provided historically. You can also close out of here, and we'll choose our farm media. You choose farm, and here is a listing of our farm publications. And you can pick and choose particular sources here. Again, you've got to select at least one title. Click on Analyze Data, go to the periodical analyzer, and you'll see almost the same reports are available as B2B as it are to farm. So again, you can add historical reports, or you can go ahead and click on a report, choose your categories, and click on Submit. So it all works pretty much the same. You choose your categories, click on submit, and then you export your information. So I'll reset the system. So that is mastering the Media Intelligence Center for buyers in 30 minutes. Please remember, if you need any help in the Media Intelligence Center, you can contact me using this email, micenter@auditedmedia.com, or this 877 phone number. These come to me directly. So thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day.